for a first video, I'm just gonna do a review on these boots here. But I just want to give you a bit of background information before I let this video go. Um, Basically, I just moved here into Virginia, and my old airsoft gear I've left behind from where I came from, which I'm not gonna say. That's the point of being the masked operator. I gotta be classified like that. Just kidding. But I'm gonna continue this series, and what it's gonna be based off of is basically a bunch of reviews on all the kind of gear and maybe even attachments, and maybe even some airsoft guns or real guns, whatever I decide to get. And I plan on making it very, very, very in depth. Not saying I'm trying to take up a lot of your time, but I want to get through the basic things that everyone looks for. I don't like it when, like, you find that one, like, thing that you want so badly, but you're afraid to get it because you don't know anybody else has it, or you don't know anything good about it, and then the few people that have it don't seem to give you a response. Well, like, come later in time, hopefully I'll try to do some requests, so whatever you guys want me to, I'll just take some of the money that I have, put it aside, and try to buy whatever you guys want me to, and give you guys a real idea on how it is. Okay, so let's begin. This is the masked operator here. I'm gonna start my first review with these Cordura Infantry boots in AOR 2. Now, I'm going to compare them over here with my Magnum Panther boots here, and even though they're torn up, I'm just gonna compare them to the way that my Magnums were brand new. Okay? Now, I'm not trying to give a biased review here. I'm just gonna try to give basically the performance and what I'd expect out of them. Okay? All right. So here we begin. First off, these boots, when I first slipped my foot into them, I noticed that there's no padding in here at all. It feels like your basic army infantry boots. You know, the ones that say Vibram on the bottom because they're made by Vibram. Well, they feel basically the exact same. As to where these Panthers over here came in full padded, and then the entire bottom, the whole sole of the shoe was heavily reinforced with steel shanks and everything. So you had a lot of resistance into collapsing your arches when you're climbing or doing a lot of very, very intense running or whatever you plan on doing with them. Next thing I noticed too is that for boots, having a reinforced toe and having reinforced heels are really important. But I noticed that the reinforced toe on these boots here is very, very weak. I mean, I wouldn't even consider that reinforced. I mean, yeah, it's harder than the rest of the boot at the toe and heel, but I don't expect it to last long. The Magnum Panthers came in brand new, and they felt like it had a steel toe in it, but I soon learned that they did not do that anymore. It was basically reinforced, so I imagine it was probably some sort of rubber or plastic toe in there, but with the heavy abuse that I put on them, they basically dissolved, and I'll let you know that it's been over a year of, like, basically non-stop use. I wear these boots during every moment of the day. Basically, if I ever put on shoes, I prefer to wear boots because I feel as though they were more comfortable than any shoes I've had. So yeah, they came in very, very powerful, as to where these boots came in pretty much nothing. Also, these boots are not forced entry style. Forced entry is where there's a zipper on the side and you only have to tie them once, such as these boots here. You zip them up after you tied them once, really nice, but sometimes the zipper would come loose, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really mind whether or not it's tied or not, because either way the boot's gonna stay, you know what I mean? But I prefer the tying over the boots when it comes to which one will stay, because sometimes the zipper will come loose. Next thing I want to point out is that this boot is 6 inches. It is not an 8-inch boot, as to where the Panthers are. I don't really care between the two, but I have a feeling the 8-inch boots will stop your breathability a little bit more, especially because they're heavily padded. As for these boots, real light inside. Also, I want to note that it looks tanner than it really is. The bottom of the boot, the color of the shade of tan, I can't tell if you guys know or if you could tell through this camera or not, but it's almost similar to a Ranger green or foliage green. Like it's close to that desert like camouflage you see on many Magpul items, if you know what I'm talking about. And as for the camouflage itself, the AOR 2, it is not quite on the spot there. Like, I'll be honest, I'll hold up look back here to where my mag pouches are now. You see these mag pouches there? That's legitimate AOR 2. As to where this is the Cordura version. It's kind of hard to see it, but it is off-colored. The lighter greens here, they are off-colored. It's like a very, very bright color. The darker greens that are there, they are also very bright. And the black, if you look real close, it's not even like straight angles. It's more rounded off. I'm not saying it has to be, but I'm just judging by the other AOR 2. Or the real AOR 2 for that matter. Here's some AOR 2 pants. They're going to be a lot darker though, mainly because they were just soaked just now. Because I went out in the rain with them not too long ago. So they're still wet from a little bit earlier. And you can see that like, oh yeah, and also you can see that bright tan there. See that? It doesn't have that anywhere on these boots at all. So it's basically not on the spot there. But I would honestly think that these boots would last quite a bit because they're straight hide. As you can see the fabric here, it's not too thick though, but most of the time that hide doesn't seem to rip on anything that I've ever had made out of that. And I guess that's pretty much it. I don't know for sure about a field test on these boots. I haven't quite worn them. Because they're 6-inch and they're less padded, they are very flexible, which is beautiful. Because you're able to tie them, if you tie them army style, or if you want to tie them just regular shoe style, either way they'll work. The laces can be shortened as to where most boots probably are. So in general, I'd give these boots probably a 6 out of 10. As where I'm rating off these, again, those are going to be my 10s for right now because they were great boots after the few I've worn. And like I said, this is just a review. For those who like shorter style boots, I guess these will work. Now, I put these on with my AOR 2 pants at the same time as these, and the coloration is, no offense, but it's really horrible looking because you look down from the pant leg down right into the boot and it's like, what happened? But overall, it's a great boot, I guess. It's simple. It's probably gonna last, though I don't think it would be the greatest thing for if you're gonna do any sort of heavy climbing, due to the fact that those reinforcements supposedly in that toe. The heel is actually really nice and tough though. I'll admit that. The heel is tough, but that toe does not seem like it'll last. Also, I'll admit that the bottom of the sole, it looks like as though, and it feels as though it's made out of that Vibram material. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a material, if that's just the name of the company, but compared to the Magnum soles, now these are worn out like crap. Like, I swear that thing must have been about 1.5 inches tall off the sole beforehand, but now it's not because I worn them down so much. But these were so immovable when I first got them that they kept your foot kind of stiff, and yeah, it was padded and all, so you could still move, but you wouldn't feel anything beneath your feet, as to imagine where these you would, which makes these a little bit smarter, because I would step on things with those boots and I wouldn't even know. So once again, these boots don't seem like they're all that bad. I'll give them a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna use them from now on. I'll give you guys a field test, how long they last, all that stuff, or skirmish report, however you want to prefer to call that. And I'll post another video explaining how they've lasted over certain amounts of time. As for later on, I'm just gonna give you guys more reviews, hopefully soon. Thanks. Please subscribe, rate, or comment. Troll, I don't give a crap. Anyways, it's the Mask Operator, and I'm out. Over.